would like you guys to answer this question. What is a curriculum? What do you think is a curriculum? Can you send your messages in the chat box? Let me brainstorm again. Any reaction?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I think that the curriculum is a program, the national program the teacher should follow.
Can you please introduce yourself and say which
my
country
name is my name is Ulay Judith from Cote d'Ivoire.
Good. Welcome.
Okay, Ulay Judith from Cote d'Ivoire. Is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine, Ulay.
Okay, I think that the curriculum is the national program that the teacher must follow.
Yes, that's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, any other reaction? That's excellent. Any other reaction? So I can see from the chat box. From Chandra, curriculum for me is a set of study material that teachers have to follow. Good. Alimentarius, curriculum is all what education is meant to the students. Timothy, curriculum is a standards-based sequence of planned experiences where students practice and achieve proficiency in content and applied learning skills. Good. Vika, curriculum is the course content that the teacher must follow. Mariama, curriculum is a national program that teacher have to follow. Good. So we all agree on the fact that curriculum is a set of lessons or studies that have to be conducted in a school, a community with the teachers or the practitioners included. So we from all your definitions, I can see wonderful reactions here. It's a course of study, good, integrated course of academic studies. So that's the main terminology: contents, objectives, school community, practices, assessment, the materials that we use to conduct the class. Now let's see other experts' opinion on curriculum. Okay, so these are other definitions as well, and that we found from experts, different experts. Like for example, Claire, who defines curriculum as all or learning, which is planned and guided by the school. So that's nearly all the definitions you gave a while ago. Studies that are carried out in a school, whether in Braslavsky, who stated that curriculum is an agreement among communities. So here he takes into consideration the practitioners, communities, teachers, students, but as well the decision of the state, deciding on what learners should take on during specific periods of their life. And John Dewey defines curriculum as a continuous reconstruction. So here we go, talking about reconstruction. Continuous reconstruction, I guess, takes into consideration the new challenges of the life. It means we need all the time to revise curriculum. Reconstruct, we have to revise. So moving from learners' present experience into that represented by the organized bodies of truth that go the studies. Now, before I move to the next slide, how many types of curriculum do you think experts say exist? And what are they? What types of curriculum? What types of curriculum do you know? What are the types of curriculum experts agree on their existence?
Hi, can I speak?
Of course.
Hello.
You can.
Okay, I know two types of curriculum. Yes, the one who is, for example, general, okay, and the teacher can adapt the curriculum according to the area or the classroom size. So I know two types. My name is Ulay Judith from Cote d'Ivoire.
Ulay, okay, yes, Ulay.
I said that I know two types of curriculum. The general one is, he said that the one that all the teacher must follow, and we can it is also specified. It is according the teacher and the classroom size. It can adapt the curriculum. So
wonderful.
I know 2 types.
Yeah, wonderful. Any other reaction?
Hello.
Yes, please. Hi. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
All right. I'm Benjamin Dow.
Mm-hmm.
Benjamin Dow, calling from Boo, teacher at Gero High School, Senegal.
Okay, good, Benjamin.
Okay, I wanted to talk about the number of curricula I know.
Mm-hmm.
So in the case of Senegal, we can say that we have a national syllabus, which is the first curriculum we have to adopt. And it should be respected by all the English teachers from Senegal. But in the second position, we have the FARS, what we call the FARS, and they are organized depending on the academies. For example, the FARS for chess academy is different from Carlac and chess and so on. So the national syllabus is wider than the FARS. These are the 2 curricula I know.
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you so much, Benjamin. Elash Ibrahima, what is raising his hand? Yeah. Yes, Ibrahima. Any reaction from Wachi, Ibrahima?
Good afternoon. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I am Mohamed Cham from Senegal, and I'm a teacher in Josong Junior School. I think that there are 2 types of curriculum. The first one is the larger one. I mean, it is like syllabus, national syllabus, which is for all over the country, and teachers have to respect this curriculum to give classes, to give students depending or basing on the national curriculum. The second one is academic one. I mean, it's a curriculum which is designed by experts from the academic. I mean, one of the branch of the Minister of Education who gather and make a kind of curriculum, and here in Senegal we call it FAR, to give classes to students based on that curriculum, which is which is in a certain level. Yes.
Right. All right. Excellent reactions, you guys. So I'm gonna share with you the types of curriculum that I have found out while making my researches. So these are 4 types of curriculum experts agreed on. We have the explicit curriculum related to subject that we teach. Explicit curriculum that are lessons that arise from the culture of the school. The hidden curriculum are things that the student might learn from the school which are not necessarily included in the syllabus or in the curriculum. The excluded curriculum are related to topics or perspectives, specifically excluded from the curriculum. So as we said in the topic that we're going to take the Senegalese case as example, I need to go through our education system and tell you how it is structured. So in Senegal, English is taught as a foreign language. So we take it as our 3rd language, I should say, because French is considered the official language in the country. And it becomes compulsory for students in 5th form, from 5th form to upper 6th. So we don't teach English in elementary or in primary school. It's only some private schools doing it, but officially we start teaching English from 1st form to upper 6th. And the time allotted to English is 3 hours for those taking it as an LV1. So when we talk about LV1, it's the first foreign language. So if for students taking or choosing English as their first foreign language, they might have the possibility to have 2 more hours. It means 5 hours a week, if the school structures and policies allows it. And for the other students choosing English as their second foreign language, they simply have 3 hours a week. And with Senegal education systems as well, we have national exams, and it's only students in 4th form and upper 6th sitting the national exams. And in national exams, we have oral exams. For students, they all take oral exams, but upper 6th, they specialize. So they choose their stream from 5th form, they choose the stream. Either they want to go to S or they want to go to L stream. So scientific stream or literary stream. And they choose from lower 6, they choose English, either as their first foreign language is sitting oral exams during national exams. Next slide, please. Okay, so these are actors that are in charge of curriculum, everything that is curriculum, that turns around curriculum reforms, structure, designing, etc. So we have the Ministry of Education, who carries out all the executive and directive action. We have FASTEF, which is the teacher training school, in charge of pre-service training. And we have the National English Commission. They also work in terms of the curriculum. We have the SADFPL, which is related to teacher trainers, and which is in charge of the insert. We have HFs also, general inspectors for education and training. They're also in charge of reforming, training, and monitoring, assessing learning. The ERs are the academic inspectors, supervise learning in the senior high schools, and the EF inspectors. Okay, here I would like to talk about what existed before we have a curriculum. So before we have curriculum, there were books. The one which was called EFSA. EFSA was a book from Nigerian linguists, and it was a book that had Nigerian histories with Nigerian characters having Nigerian names. So it was considered not Senegalese, not Senegalese. It was, of course, African, but not Senegalese. So people started needing to have something that is much more related to Senegalese culture. And the other one we had was the method CLAD. So CLAD is a linguistic institute, which is in Senegal. So we have Senegalese linguists in there, and they had their own materials. They designed their own materials. And the method CLAD was mainly focusing on memorization, drills, repetition, mimics, audiolingual, etc. So the method CLAD became severely criticized in Senegal, and at a certain point, practitioners and decision makers started thinking they need something which is more related to the students' real cultures and representation in the country. So it is where, with the passing of the law, the Loi d'Orientation, what that we call here, the guidance law, number 91/22, they voted the law passing from English language teaching to communicative language teaching, CLT. So they moved from the method CLAD to CLT and adopted the practices of the communicative language teaching, because the Loi d'Orientation, or the guidance law, encourages the national education to focus more on African cultures and identities in general, but as well in Senegalese cultures and identities also. Next slide. Okay, these are objectives of our curriculum. So as it is an official document, I did not think I have the right to translate it into English. There may be some people who can read English, but for those who can't, I'm gonna translate it for you. So objective number 1 of the curriculum is to contribute generally to rooting or uprooting the Senegalese citizen in its values, in its cultures, and at the same time to prepare him to open up to other cultures. And as a second objective, it helps develop in students the intellectual qualities and the moral qualities such as creativity, cooperation skills, perseverance, and mutual respect, to contribute to the enrichment and the training of their personality. And as a third point, it is to answer to the needs of the individual, as well as to the aims followed by the society and the educative politics in the country. It also helps young Senegalese to acquire a certain mastering of the English language that will help them face eventual requirements of the modern lives. And as a fifth objective, it will develop in a high level possible the capacity of the student in terms of comprehension, oral understanding, and written also understanding in one part. And the oral and written expression in the other hand. So make the students acquire a certain level that will allow him to communicate using other languages, foreign languages, and to satisfy the requirements and the norms of exams and tests and national tests. So national, international exams and tests. So these are roughly the objectives of our curriculum. Next slide. All right, our curriculum is structured this way. So we have topics, different topics, umbrella terms and subtopics. We have skills as well, functions and notions, grammar structures, and phonology, pronunciation features. Next. Okay, this is a presentation of our curriculum. Writings are too small, but I'm going to try to explain to you. It's just to show you how our curriculum is structured. It's a very ambitious curriculum with a lot of things inside. So for example, here we have topics, and things are well explained. Like if we say you can cover topics like personal identification, they give you subtopics. So it means that you can cover all the topics that are related or that might relate to personal identification. So we have 4 skills, the 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking activities. So we have speaking, reading, writing, and listening activities inside. Also, they give you different things you can do. For example, listen here for speaking, listen to and understand comparatively more complex everyday English in, for example, interviews. So they give details inside to help the teacher at least have a roadmap of where he's going. So we have also functions and notions, which are really important when you want to speak a language. Personally, I think it's over-ambitious to ask, for example, to fourth-form students to write longer compositions. For students taking English, I mean, they have started from first form. This is their 4th years studying English, so asking them to write longer composition might seem really over-ambitious. Next. All right, so this is the next page of the same curriculum. So the rest of topics, you have them here: village life, city life. So this is one of the most common topic in junior school, city and village life, because it relates to the real culture of the country. When you talk about village life, you mainly focus on rural areas representations. So you have everything also that is related to phonology, but some terminology might seem too heavy for teachers. Maybe some teachers do not know what pitch, French pitch height means, something like that. So it's really well done, really well done. Just too much content to teach. Next. So this curriculum was made by, yes, these are some, these are for after the proposals, like environmental issues that do not take into consideration maybe the needs of the moment, like climate change issues that we have nowadays. But the teacher, if he wants to deal with it, he can do it because the curriculum has announced it. For example, if you don't have the details that we have nowadays, you can just include it. So the curriculum does not exclude dealing with something else that is not in the curriculum. Next. Okay. So another one that I would like to share with you, that one was the one of the 4th form, is this one is the upper 6. The upper 6 curriculum. It's just another one. Yes, next, with the same contents. Topics, skills, notions and functions, grammar and phonology. Here as well, same structures, maybe contents may differ. Topics differ, and we have different listening, speaking standards. Notions also, we have many notions here. Notions are important when it comes to speaking a language, mainly a foreign language. Vocabulary, grammar, tenses, again, all the tenses, adjectives, phonology also. Somebody was saying we have diphthongs and diphthongs in phonology, yeah. So a lot of things you can teach in phonology. Can you click next? What I was saying a while ago is going to be proved by this. Look above. They say, but they are free. Excuse me, before you move to the next page. Let me go back. Okay, thank you. So above, they say teachers will deal with the topics relevant to their stream, but they are free to teach any other topics if time allows. They are free to teach any other topic if time allows. It's written above. So it doesn't mean, it just testifies what I was saying a while ago. It doesn't mean that you have to stick on what is in the curriculum, but you can open up to new elements. Next. Okay, this is the continuity of the curriculum. More topics: health, welfare, events, changes. Okay, phonology again, grammar, reading, writing, the skills. Next, the last page of the curriculum. So you can move on to the next one. So this was just to present to you how our curriculum is structured. All right. So I prepared another question that unfortunately I forgot to put here. So I'm going to ask the audience, what do you think the notion decolonize includes or implies? The term decolonize, what do you think it implies? Any reaction?
Hello, Mame Awa.
Hi.
Yes, Benjamin coming back.
Benjamin, welcome in.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
what is your definition of
decolonizing implies the fact of adapting the foreign languages with our national culture, our culture. Here in Senegal, the material should be adapted to our realities. So we don't just take what comes from abroad, from US or from England, and try to bring it here without our learners understanding what we're doing, what we're seeing. So we have to put our culture, what we have here in our country, and try to teach those things to our learners. This is what I understand by the term decolonizing.
Okay, wonderful idea, brilliant idea. So yes, that's good, Benjamin. Any other reaction? So I would like for the first time, we focus on the term decolonize only, instead of going to decolonizing the curriculum. So what does the notion decolonize mean? Is colonialism? Yes, we have reactions in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yes, decolonize means to change what came with the colonial masters, adapting from Ethiopia to immediate culture. Utong says decolonize is to free from colonialism. Good. Timothy, decolonization is restorative justice through culture, psychological, and economic freedom. Wonderful. Decolonize means to change what, yeah. Moving. So Joy, who says, I think it implies moving from the inherited curriculum. Ibrahim Wachi, notion of change, break from what we inherited from the colonizer. Wonderful idea, exactly. So decolonize means to get rid of what were left by the colonizer. And what does the term decolonizing a curriculum implies? I think, Benjamin, that is your reply. Can we have other reactions? What does decolonizing the curriculum imply? So Immaculate, he said, infusing local content from our society. Yeah, Mariama, free oneself from the colonizer. This is decolonize. Now, when we decolonize the curriculum, what do we have to do? What are aspects we have to take into consideration? Ibrahim Dembele, decolonize is not only physical, but mental. Great job. Vika, changing the curriculum to suit our culture. Wonderful, yeah. To meet the requirements of our culture. Decolonize stands for freedom. Ibrahim Awachi, adapting the curriculum to our setting of culture. Wonderful. Babayo, it refers to making modification on the curriculum to reflect the national interest. What is it again? The national interest of a particular African nation.
Yeah, this is Joyce Dankaro from Nigeria.
Yeah.
I think the concept of decolonization of the curriculum also refers to being prepared to reconnect, reorder, and reclaim knowledges and teaching methodologies that have been submerged or hidden or marginalized. That is my take.
Yeah, and your take is really wonderful. Thank you so much. So decolonizing the curriculum implies all your responses. We have to get rid of what the colonizers left here. And our curriculum has to take into consideration the new challenges of the world. Like you said a while ago, reconnect. We have to reconnect to the real world, to the new world. Okay, so from what we saw a while ago with our curriculum, so these are just some positive aspects that I think that I have fetched from, let's say, the notion of decolonizing the curriculum. I think if we add these aspects, the curriculum is going to be decolonized. So, for example, no, these are not proposals. These are just the comments, the positive comments I'm going to make from our syllabus. So we can see that in our syllabus we have all the 4 skills, presentation of all the 4 skills. I mean, we have promotion of the skills. We have also the curriculum promotes also extracurricular activities like English clubs or clubs of sports. It proposes in the curriculum, we have examples of lesson plans that the teacher can use in his classroom. And we have also very diversified content. So we have an encyclopedic curriculum, very rich with a lot of content. And in the curriculum as well, we have samples of tests for the new teacher who just comes from the teacher training school. He can have reference from the curriculum to see how to design tests, how to design lesson plans. It also proposes guidelines for the elaboration of exams and tests. Next slide, please. Some of the other aspects of the curriculum is that it also gives examples of reading comprehension activities and explain how to use them. We have also linguistic and communicative activities, examples that you can refer to tackle your lesson. So as I was saying it a while ago, it opens the topics which are not mentioned in it. So it gives you the opportunity to go and look for other topics that are not in the curriculum. It focuses also on notions and functions which are primordial when you want to speak a good language. And last, we have also a lot of features of pronunciation, which I like so much, which is also essential if you want to speak mainly a foreign language, especially English. Next slide, please. I think it's the next slide. This slide is doubled, please. Okay, thank you. All right, so these are aspects I propose to decolonize our curriculum. For example, one aspect of our curriculum is that it's really encyclopedic, as I was saying. It's bulky. And I guess I am not the only one making the remark. Mainly all Senegalese teachers make the remark. You have problems. There's one teacher really who can finish the program. So it's even thanks to the FAR that we have here. Now we have the FAR, PHARES, the FARs that are, let's say, a good utilization of the curriculum. It helps us use the curriculum because with the FAR, they tell us what lessons to teach in what period of time. It helps all the schools have standardized tests. You can say, for example, for the first semester test, we're going to cover these points, making sure or knowing that all the schools will be covering these points at a certain period. So we have the FARs now that are here for a better usage of the curriculum. They show us the lessons to teach in the period of time to teach those lessons till from the beginning till the end of the school year. So it would be better if also the curriculum takes into consideration gender issues, the life skills, I mean, like gender, solidarity, leadership skills, communicative skills, as well personal development, like ethic and deontology. Nowadays, we much talk about those issues. Also mention the 21st century skills. They might be talking in the curriculum, they might be talking about the 21st century skills, but it's not mentioned. So maybe if they mention it, it would be great. Digital literacy, critical and creative thinking, media literacy, collaboration, growth mindset. So these are things we need to include in our curriculum to decolonize. Why not project-based learning, social emotional learning, community service, and citizenship. And they talk about environmental issues. Environmental issues are very topical nowadays. So they use simply maybe the types of environmental issues we used to have, or we know in Senegal, like drought, like deforestation. But the environmental issues, like climate change issues that we have nowadays, I think we need to write it. I know that it doesn't say you don't have to teach it, it says it, but I think it would be better when revising the curriculum to write it, say, okay, environmental issues, because we have many environmental issues that are problematic to the world today. And we need to make students aware of the danger the planet is going through and move to solutions, techniques to save the planet. So those, I think, are major issues our curriculums need to focus on. And life skills also, they are very important. The kid has to be equipped with all the skills, the leadership skills he or she needs to further his studies or to move to the professional world. Next slide. So this interview is with you, Gary, and maybe we can wait till the end and listen to it. Gary?
Sorry?
I sent it to you in your WhatsApp, so maybe we can wait until the end and share with the audience.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have time for that.
Benjamin is talking about harmonized progression. So standardized progression are somehow also problematic, because the FARs, they ask us to cover some lessons in a period of time, but schools have their realities. Our school might start on October, but somebody else's school might start on November. So if you ask those schools to cover the same lessons on the same period of time, it might be problematic. So if you give a standardized test, that school that didn't start on time, I mean, the students will have problems on their academic achievement. So I sent the message on WhatsApp, because as I said it at the beginning of the presentation, I am no expert on curriculum. I'm just a teacher, I made researches. So I shared the question with colleagues on WhatsApp. I sent the message on 2 of our WhatsApp groups. One is the ATES chapter of Catherine, the other one is the ATES National. So I succeeded in having some reaction, and that I share with you. And I open up the question to teachers of other disciplines as well. So there is Mr. Ibrahim Awacha, who's a teacher in English in Catherine, who says that the curriculum should be evaluated after a long period and shaped so as to meet the challenges of times and make education more responsive to the people it serves. It has to include guidance and counseling programs. For example, he says many students can't tell what they want to become after their studies, which is true. Our curriculum has to include school and community projects. That's what we were talking about a while ago. An occasion to practice what they learn. Practice, there's a lot of theory in our curriculum. Promote community service and volunteerism. Yeah, active citizenship. And keeping the city clean and beautiful. So this is the reaction of one teacher of English in Catherine. Thank you so much, Ibrahim Watch, for reacting to the question. The other one is another reaction from Suleiman Sadio, who's his teacher of history in geography in another region different from Catherine, Gossas. So as they are not English teachers, they don't speak English. So I just share their message in French, which that I am ready to translate for you. So he's somehow saying that his program, their curriculum in history and geography has to be more centralized in the event and the knowledge that related to the past of this country. With the great figures we have here that have been actors of our past, instead of all the values that they have let's say talked about, they have taught us. For example, they take the example of Sheikh Ahmadou Ba, Aline Sitoé Diatta, or Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, who are great people here in Senegal, who wrote a lot about so many things related to the country, who wrote a lot about ethics, principles, morality, you know, skills, leadership skills and everything. So we should, instead of, for example, referring to books that talk about something else which is not related to the country, they think it's better to relate the curriculum with the great figures in the country and the books they have written. Next slide. Okay, the other one is another reaction from a French teacher in Kafin, whose name is Mame Awa Mbow. So he is as well kind of, you know, backward, please. He is focusing on the fact of giving and receiving. Okay, so he thinks that it is high time we revise the curriculum in terms of literature in the high schools. So what we have noticed is that many writers, many French books so has to be changed. That's the way he say. So he has the same idea as Sadio. He says that these books that we're using, we have great figures in the country who have written about those issues. So instead of using those books from foreign people, use the books of Serigne Touba, Serigne Moussa Ka, because we have great writers here, great minds, people who wrote books talking about nearly everything that can help a person develop individually, personally, professionally. So they urge the curriculum to use those books, to include them in our curriculum, even if they don't take everything out from the strangers. We're not asking to take all the books of strangers out of the curriculum, but at least we include those of the figures we have in Senegal inside it. And Mustafa Jeju is a teacher of physics in Kafrine. They are also complaining that their curriculum has to focus on the need of the students in the world of nowadays and link it to the immediate environment. He thinks that will help the student be more interested in science and open up rapidly to the technological world. So he is asking for more practical activities, or let's say practices. There are many theories, writing, solving equations. So what about moving to practice now? Prepare the students to what is awaiting him in the future. So these are some reactions I have fetched here and there from the platform. So I thank all these teachers so much for reacting to my message. So another evidence I had was an interview with an EJF and a teacher trainer. I don't know if Gary will be able to share. Hello? Gary, can you share the video? At least one.
Yeah, I can't do that, I'm afraid. I'll put them on the Telegram group. We don't have time to do that. I didn't get them in time, problem. So I haven't downloaded them.
Problem. What is the next slide? Okay, fortunately, our government is thinking of measures to revise the curriculum. This is the good news. So the Ministry of Education has recently initiated the reform of the different curricula. So they have intended to sit and start working on the curricula, and a work plan has already been defined, and events also have already been scheduled. And all the actors will be involved also. So it is a project that the government considered seriously, and the first meeting will be held on March, this coming March. So fortunately, we can hope for a revision or a decolonisation of our curriculum or our curricula. Next. All right, now it's your turn, you guys. I have proposed to you what I think makes a good curriculum. I have fetched some other opinions from other experts or teachers. Now up to you. What do you think? You can open, if Gary allows, your microphones and react. What do you think makes a good curriculum?